Hi, am going to prepare some stuff for dinner tonight, and I'm making something I've never made before, which is called the cheeseburger quiche. Now, our future son-in-law and daughter are coming down from Ballarat. She's not a quiche person, and it also has cottage cheese in it, which is something that my husband doesn't like. So I'm going to see how I go with this, but I just wanted to give it a try, and they're the guinea pigs. So here we go. Cheeseburger quiche. Preheat the oven. I don't know if you can hear that. That's going on in the background. 120 grams of cheddar cheese. So I've got that chopped into pieces. Three seconds speed 7. I realised in that time I haven't got my mince out, which is the next ingredient, I think. So I'm going to transfer that to a bowl. That's going to be used later on. Here we go. Okey-doke. There we go. Obviously, if you wanted finer cheese, you'd go for longer. 350 grams of beef mince broken into pieces. Now, I'm sort of hoping I can do the full 500 grams because I think it's a bit annoying. Actually, this is very coming out very well. It's doing it. I'm going to remove myself from the bottom of the carton, which is great for the there we go, sustainability, but not for getting the mince out. All right, so I'm actually going to put the whole lot in. There we go. If it looks like it's going to be a bit too much for my quiche dish, then I'll just keep a bit of that out. All right, 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce, but I also know it's 1 tablespoon of tomato puree. Not sure if that means paste or what. So anyway, I'm going with paste, and I'm doing this first just because I want to put a clean spoon in there, and my Worcestershire sauce I can just you know, weigh into here without actually dipping the spoon in. Okay, it's done. Just get the paste off. A bit of salt, so half a teaspoon of salt. Guess to it. And 1/4 teaspoon of brown black pepper. Brown black pepper. 10 seconds on reverse on speed 3. Preview. Then we're going to put it into the dish. Now, it didn't tell me. Look at this. I got this as a wedding present from my granny. Isn't it lovely? A few things, actually. And that was 37 years ago, I think. So still going strong. All right. It's asking me to pop it into the dish. So I'm going to chuck that in there. And flatten to form a base. So this is a low carb sort of hamburger option, if you like. Cheeseburger option. It's asking me to push it down into the base like this, and then it's going to be baked. Some of it didn't really mix up terribly. Anyway, probably because I put in more than it said. Anyway, here we go. That, I think, because these things often shrink in the oven, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that in. But we can fit all the topping on top. So that's going to bake for 8 to 10 minutes. Now, on our screen, let me pop it in. It's quite full. Anyway, let's go back to here. On our screen, we have a little drop down here and the timer. And I said 8 to 10 minutes, so I'm going to pop it on 9. There we go. Awesome. All right. In the meantime, and when it comes out, we're going to drain off any fat because, you know, mince can have a bit of fat on it. Then we're going to keep going with the next bit, which is 1 clove of garlic, 120 grams of onion quartered. Do that. 10 grams of olive oil. I'm going to chop it all up. Asking me to scrape down the sides of the bowl. There we go, beautifully chopped. Pop the simmering basket on top. And that's going to cook for 4 minutes, okay, on 0.5. After that, we're going to add some tomatoes. And again, I'm not using a tin. I've got this open passata, so I'm going to use that. Some paprika. Now, I have a question for you. I'd love you to post this when I put it on YouTube. What do you choose? When it says paprika, do you go sweet paprika, hot paprika, or smoked paprika? I usually go and see, well, what have I got more of and use that? And in this case, it is smoked. But I don't really know if that's the right thing to do. Salt and pepper. It's going to mix all of that up. And I'm going to pour that over the base of the mince. Okay, but I'm just going to leave it where it is now and just go into cookie dough, which I have behind here. All right, and let's put burger in it. All right, so you can see we've got 109 results for burgers. So we've got hamburgers, we've got vegan bean burgers. Actually, I need to remember those. I'm going to add them to a collection. Not sure if I've got a vegan one. Let's have a look down the bottom here. Vegetarian, vegan. Really matter, it can be vegetarian. Beef burgers with melting cheese. Chicken burger, salmon burger, turkey burger, smash burger taco, Thai burgers. Oh, yum. That sounds good, doesn't it? Thai burgers, what's in those? Lemongrass, chili, garlic, onion, coriander, button mushrooms, pork mince, fish sauce. Well, I don't do pork, so I will change that mince, maybe chicken. But that looks seriously good. All right. There's a really nice harissa or teriyaki salmon, butter bean and feta burgers. That's vegetarian. Let's just have a look in there. So our son has a new American girlfriend and she's vegetarian and they are coming over for our daughter's wedding. So I'm just trying to, if I see something, why not actually save it? So I'm going to add that to the collection and I'm going vegetarian. Vegetarian. There we go. Okie doke. We've got a family burger pie, yeah, with the teriyaki salmon, chicken chia burgers, bacon cheeseburger garbage bread, jalapeno and lime chicken burger. Oh, that sounds nice too. I'm going to stick this search back in afterwards too. Healthy Greek turkey burgers, hamburger rolls, and just a little tip: if you like me, I honestly try and go for as much nutrition as I can in a meal. And that's partly because choosing to eat gluten-free, I don't go for the buns and that sort of stuff. So that means if you're all happy with that, that's awesome. But also listening to Jo Whitten, who is Quirky Cooking, I was helping her at a workshop last year sometime. And she said she always thinks before she finishes a recipe or when she's in a recipe, is there any way I could add more nutrition to this recipe? And that's just such a good way to be. So what we often do is, in fact, I've got 4 mushrooms in the fridge, so I might even do one of these burgers. We use mushrooms. So the big flat mushrooms, just cut the stem out, you can chop that up, pop that into the filling of your burger as well, and grill them or or fry them or whatever you want to do, pop them in the oven. Cook them, and then you put your burger in. You can use them as the patty for the bun for the burgers, or often we do them as open, so we have just the mushroom on the bottom. So that's a little tip for you there. All right. So that was just, remember our onion and garlic? It's all beautiful there. Now, as I said, I'm going to use some of this passata because it's sitting there in the fridge. I think I might just do 150 because I know I've gone overboard with the meat, and also it's runnier than the tomatoes would have been. Got this. I think I made a good decision. Smoked paprika going in. A little bit of salt. A bit of pepper. The lid on. 10 seconds on speed 3. All right. So it's then asking me to pour it over the mince base. Remember, I've actually got to get the mince out. It's still cooking. I've got to drain it. And I'm going to put this on top. Then it tells me to rinse the mixing bowl. Well, seeing as I'm not quite ready to use this, I'm going to set that aside, and there it is. And I am going to use another bowl, which is cold. It says 250 grams of cottage cheese, 250 grams. Get this in quickly before my husband sees it, because he is not a cottage cheese fan. Might have to go and put this straight in the recycling. The things we do, hey? So that's in there. I actually think it's the texture he doesn't like. Got 4 eggs. $40 grams of our reserve cheddar cheese. That'll help disguise the cottage cheese flavour. I'm going to use the same lid, so I don't do the 2 lids. 15 seconds speed 3. It says sprinkle 2 tablespoons of onion flakes. Well, actually, I've got onion flakes. Or the other thing I was thinking was these fried shallots, but I think I've got powdered onion somewhere. So I might just do a bit of powdered onion. Pour over the cottage cheese mixture. Sprinkle over the remaining cheddar cheese and bake for 20 to 30 minutes until set and golden. Serve warm. So literally 1 second for this. I could be able to pull this out now. The meat. You put it back in because it's not terribly brown. There is a bit of fat on there. But I'm not. If I tip it any further, then it's going to be all over the computer. All right. So I'm putting that back in for a little bit longer, but you got the gist. We've got that. That's cooked. That I drain it off. I put the tomato mixture on top. I put a few dried onions. I'm going to do a mixture, I think, of the onion powder and the shallot. And then I pop the cheesy mixture on top and bake it. So it does say with the recipe, serve with a salad. Well, I've got fussy child and partner, and I'm not sure that no one salad is going to suit all, put it that way. So I've actually decided I'm just going to do some carrots and some beans with it. But I think it'll be pretty good, and I'll let you know how it goes.